You ever get that feeling that the internet just feels off lately? Kind of strange, maybe a little less human? Well, there's a really good reason for that. We're seeing this massive flood of automated content. And believe me, it's changing everything. And not always in a good way.
Yeah, and this quote from the creative studio Kurzgesagt, wow, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We're absolutely seeing an explosion of content, more than ever before, but so much of it just feels empty, generic, like it has no spark, no soul.
All right, so let's put a name to this thing. The term that's catching on is AISlop. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's that endless stream of low quality, often just plain wrong, mass-produced junk that's being made by AI. You know, the stuff that's clogging up your feeds, your search results, and even your music playlists. Now look, don't make the mistake of thinking this is some sci-fi problem for the distant future. No, this is happening right now, today. And the scale of it, it's honestly kind of hard to wrap your head around. But the groundwork for all this was actually laid years ago by something a little simpler: bots.
Just let that sink in for a second. Almost half, 47%, of all the traffic on the entire internet isn't even human. For years, right, we've had bots creating fake traffic and messing with discussions online. But AI has basically taken that whole process and just pumped it full of steroids.
So you might be thinking, okay, so what? What's the big deal? Well, this tidal wave of fake automated content, it has a very real cost. And guess who's footing the bill? Yep, human creators. And I guarantee you've already seen this stuff. You know those weird, kind of hypnotic short videos that just loop and make no sense? That's it. Or how about the thousands of generic, basically copy-pasted ebooks that are flooding Amazon? That's it too. There are even entire YouTube channels that are completely AI. The voice, the script, the thumbnail, everything. Just churning out videos day after day. Seriously, no corner of the internet is safe from this.
And this really gets to the core of the problem. You have to ask, where is the AI getting all this material from? Well, it's coming from us, from human artists, writers, musicians, filmmakers, all of our creative work. These AI models are trained by just scraping all that content off the internet, usually without anyone's permission, with no credit, and definitely no payment. It's a system that treats human creativity as a free resource to be strip-mined for profit. But as bad as the financial stuff is, that's not even the biggest danger here, not by a long shot. The real, truly scary threat is what this does to our ability to tell what's real. Our shared sense of truth is, well, it's eroding right before our eyes.
To really get this, let's look at a perfect example. The team at Kurzgesagt, right? At first, they were actually pretty excited about AI. I mean, their process for making a single video involves hundreds of hours of painstaking research and fact-checking. So they thought, hey, maybe AI could be this amazing assistant, you know, a way to speed things up. So the dream was simple: fast, accurate, efficient research. But the reality? Oh boy, it was a complete mess. Sure, some of the info the AI spat out was correct, but a huge chunk of it was just made up. The AI would literally invent details, fabricate facts out of thin air, and even create fake sources just to back itself up. It was trying to look convincing, not be correct. And this is where we get into this terrifying cycle, this misinformation feedback loop. Here's how it works. An AI just makes something up. That lie gets used in some piece of content, maybe a video. That video gets a ton of views, so it starts looking like a legitimate source online. And then new AIs get trained on that same bad information, cementing the falsehood forever. It's like a laundering scheme, but for lies. And this, right here, is how you poison the well of human knowledge. And that gets to the most corrosive part of the problem. It's not that AI gets things wrong. Humans get things wrong. The real danger is that it fails so convincingly. It sounds so smart, so sure of itself. It can even apologize when you catch it and then turn right around and make the exact same mistake again. There's no real understanding there. It's just really, really good at mimicking patterns. Okay, so that's a lot of doom and gloom. What's the alternative? Where do we go from here? Well, the folks behind this source material suggest a clear path forward. They call it a human standard, and it's all about making a conscious, deliberate choice about how we want to use this technology. Because that really is the central question, isn't it? How should we be using AI? Are we going to just hand over the keys and let it drive? Or are we going to keep it in its proper place?
And really, there are two ways to look at this. On one path, you've got AI as the creator. but it has no judgment, no real understanding, and zero accountability. On the other path, you have AI as a tool. Think of it like a really, really smart hammer. A powerful tool for sure, but still just a tool. The human is still in charge, the creativity, the final judgment, and, this is key, the responsibility. All of that stays with the person.
And you know, at the end of the day, this isn't just a decision for creators. It's a choice for all of us, for you, for me. It really just comes down to what we as a culture decide is actually valuable. So what does committing to a human standard actually look like? Well, it means leaning into all the things AI can't do. It means investing real time, real care, and genuine creativity. It means talking to actual human experts, not just a chatbot. It means being obsessed with checking your sources. And it means owning your mistakes and taking responsibility. Yeah, it's the hard way. But it's also what gives creative work its heart and its soul. And this statement, it just says it all, really. We would rather stop than produce AI slop. For creators who believe in this, it's a line in the sand. That commitment to quality, to truth, it's just more important than churning out endless content no matter the cost. So that leaves us with one last big question to think about. In a world that is about to be absolutely flooded with infinite, instantly generated content, what is human creativity actually worth to you? What value do you place on something that was made with real human effort, with passion, with actual care? Because how we answer that, that's going to define what the internet looks like for everyone.